Hello there, Lynx here, and today we are going to check out a game from Zetsubou, who we played Humanity Must Perish from before, and that was enjoyable. You asked me to play Sable's Grimoire as well from them. I don't have that one yet, so for now you'll have to do with this. It's on itch.io. I think only on itch.io. As per usual, link is in the description. You can get it yourself as well. Let's check out what this is about. It might take 2 or 3 episodes, I think, by the way. So be sure to be subscribed if you are here for this. And well, for the future games as well. Let's get to it. Lately, I've been having the same dream every night. I wonder how that is like. A wonderful dream from which I never want to awaken, yet simultaneously hate myself for having. A tasteless dream which no decent person should ever have. An arousing dream I would no doubt be chastised for having. Huh? As a 17-year-old male, it is entirely natural for me to have such a dream. Okay, the subject matter is appropriate, and I could not be faulted for that one. No, what gives me reason to pause is not the nature of this dream. It's the immorality, or the acts being performed. We are dancing, basically. Hey, I mean, yeah, that's definitely a dance. It's the person performing those acts. Welcome back, Max. I was beginning to think you wouldn't be coming to see me tonight. To dance. The beauty in front of my eyes, enticing me to do unspeakable things, is my childhood friend, Celeste. Okay. She's my best friend, my housemate, a person I trust with my life, and also my romantic interest. As the girl closest to me, I suppose it's only natural that I'd have such dreams about her. I don't know. Maybe? I don't remember if I had dreams like that when I was 17. I know I've never had a dream that would end up in a mess. Yeah. Anyway, I see her smiling face every day, walk to class with her, eat with her, speak with her, play with her. Almost every aspect of our lives is shared. Nice. And that's all the more reason why I can't forgive myself for dreaming about Celeste like this. Okay. Even if they're only dreams, I really have to stop this. That's why I'll never sleep again. Or something like that. What would Celeste think if she knew I was thinking about her like this? Oh boy. Are we with a character that's afraid to confess? I'm pretty sure we are. That again, huh? Celeste pushed down more forcefully, overpowering me despite our obvious difference in size. Okay. So the dancing switched into wrestling. In my dreams, the frail girl I knew in the real world became all-powerful, and every wish of hers was my command. Shh. You know, if you're that worried, why don't you tell her? Or should I say, tell me? Celeste brought her lips next to my ear, breathing softly as she spoke. Dominant or not, she still exuded an air of gentleness. No doubt gleamed from the real deal. That would never work. Dude, you just said you live with her and so... What a dude. What a dude. Only guys would be happy to hear they're being dreamed about like this. That is not necessarily true. Celeste raised one hand to her face and giggled lightly, still holding me down easily with just one hand.
You think so, huh? Let me tell you, girls aren't all as innocent as you seem to think.
Celeste lowered her face once more and began to kiss the area between my throat and ear, slowly making her way over to my lips. Alright, wrestling switched into kissing.
Then again, that innocence is one of the things I love about you. Even if it does get in the way of what otherwise could be, there is no problem if I'm the assertive one, is there?
My body arched as Celeste lowered the rest of her body onto mine. Although we were both clothed, I could clearly feel her warmth permeating from the points at which we touched. Her soft skin, every inch of her flesh pressed up against my own.
You know, it's because you are always so hesitant that I'm forced to do this.
In before she's actually invading his dreams. That would be interesting. But maybe this is like some sort of magic world, right?
Would it kill you to take the initiative for once? I'm really not as assertive as you seem to think.
Prompted by Celeste's words, I swallowed the last of my hesitation and raised my hands. I brought one hand to her lower back as the other found its way to her face. My thumb inched closer to her lips as I tilted my head forward, encroaching upon a softness I could only ever feel in my dreams. Now that's more like it.
Now that's more like it. If only you were this assertive when you were awake, then I wouldn't need to be here at all.
Celeste removed my hands from her body and pushed me back down. She swiveled her hips forward away from me, signifying that our night together was about to end. I tried to break free from her grasp and feebly clawed at Celeste's waist, but my pathetic attempt only earned a sigh of expiration from the girl I so desired.
Gee, you don't know what to quit, do you? I've told you before, I'm not here to do what you would like me to do. I merely come here to incite your lust. If you wish to go any further, you need to ask me directly. In the real world.
Huh.
Max. Wakey, wakey, Max. Come on, Max. Open your eyes. We have another big day ahead of us.
Damn, she looks nice.
That's more like it. Show me those big, beautiful brown eyes of yours.
Suddenly pulled away from the last of my dreams, an enchanting voice gently welcomed me back to the real world.
Nice.
While I didn't appreciate so much talking the instant I woke up, I'm like this too. Having Celeste be the first thing I saw upon waking was something I could never complain about. Yeah, I can see that. Seeing someone that you have feelings for, being basically as the first, well, I don't really want to say thing, but whatever, being the first thing you see in the morning after waking up. Yeah, today's a good day. That's how it is, yeah. Beautiful. My eyes. Celeste, I'll never understand your sense of aesthetics. Like any other morning, I awoke to find Celeste looking down at me from above. And also, like any other morning, my heart started to beat wildly as the domineering Celeste from my dreams refused to completely fade.
Nobody asking you to. In fact, I'd be worried if you found the same things attractive as I do.
Celeste moved away from the bed as I rose to my feet, giving me a chance to stretch and wake up properly. Having my heart beat wildly the moment I opened my eyes did help me to wake up quickly, but there was still a particular routine I needed to follow. And part of the routine was engaging in senseless banter with Celeste. You don't have to worry about that. You're far too unique to be mimicked so easily. Or are you alluding to that again? Whatever the subject matter, conversation helped to wake up the rest of my brain. Between a gradually slowing heartbeat, early morning stretches, and light mental stimulation, I was now more or less awake.
Well, it is true that you've never had a girlfriend before.
Wow.
And I do worry that if you were on the market, hogging all of the hanks for yourself, my chance of finding a nice guy of my own would diminish.
So that is what you were getting at. Why do you keep questioning my sexuality anyway? By your own logic, as someone who has never had a boyfriend, how am I to know that if you don't bat for the other team? Celeste smiled cheekily as she clasped her hands behind her back.
Hey, good question. Maybe I do have an interest in other girls. Or at least a greater interest than you do.
I shook my head and sighed as I left my bedroom, folded close behind by Celeste. This was a conversation we'd had several times before, and it always ended with the same lesson as my despicable dreams. I need to be more assertive.
Yeah.
Still, at least when I was awake, Celeste was her usual cheerful, cheeky self. I honestly felt quite guilty, having imagined her in such a lewd and provocative role. I may not be the smartest guy in town, but even I understand what's happening here. I can be honest with Celeste about my feelings, so I'm subconsciously trying to convince myself that she feels the same way. Unfortunately, I don't have the guts to confess. Ugh. Do it. It's important lesson that I'm telling every time something like that drops. Confess. It's better to confess and get rejected than not confess at all and regret later. So much better. Sorry for yawning, I'm tired. I'm afraid that if I were rejected and things became awkward between us, Celeste and I would be able to live together any longer. Okay. You have the point, but then again, you live together, so like, seems like, you know, you already have a thing going. So until I know for sure, or I found muster up the courage to ask her myself, I guess I'm just fated to suffer in silence. Yada yada.
What's wrong? Don't get all quiet on me. Come on, I wasn't kidding about having a big day ahead of us. Eat your breakfast and let's get moving. You don't want to be late for practice.
After devouring the meal Celeste cooked for me, the two of us left the house together and began walking towards our respective classrooms. For Celeste, her classroom was really more of a library. As one of the few people in town capable of using black magic, dude, she's definitely invading his dreams. As I freaking thought. That's definitely a thing. Most of her time was spent studying or practicing incantations rather than doing anything physical. Conversely, being the muscle-bound idiot that I am, my days are spent inside of a dojo. I train my body and mind meticulously, striving for the day when I might join the other men in defending our village. Of course, that isn't to say that neither one of us has been educated. Celeste and I both attended regular classes on occasion, and we know all that we need to know. But in a village of this size, surrounded by man-eating monsters in every direction, combat training is considered the one truly mandatory subject.
You know, you should really start to wake up earlier, Max. The city is so peaceful early in the morning, I think you'd enjoy it. Even the monsters need to sleep sometimes, and I'm not just talking about those outside of the village.
I stiffed laugh at Celeste's moment. For she wouldn't dare to say so to their faces. There are many people in this village who are more befitting of the label monster than the actual fell creatures roaming the land. And if there's one person who knows that better than Celeste, it's me. Now. You know they just want what's best for the village? It's the politicians, isn't it?
To hell with the village. What's the point of banding together only to then single people out? It makes me so mad, I just want to...
Celeste unconsciously set her left hand alight, as though she were about to incinerate someone. Whoa, easy there. I instinctively grabbed onto her wrist, at which point she immediately dosed her flames. No matter how much we became, Celeste would never hurt me. So much as she hated it, I would often put myself in harm's way to calm her down. I mean, it's sad that that is, like, the way to do it, but... I retracted my hand and Celeste's expression started to cloud over.
I'm sorry. I did again, didn't I?
You sure did. Lucky there aren't many people around right now. For even if you did burn this village to the ground, I'd probably be the one to take the blame.
Yeah, I guess you would.
Even though she knew I was joking, my words still brought a sad expression to Celeste's face. Whether it was a joke or not, there was a lot of truth in what I said and it hit far too close to home. Anyway, another big day. Today. Again. You said, right? Is there something I'm forgetting about? I quickly changed the subject, dragging Celeste away from her melancholy thoughts.
Did you really forget? It's training as usual in the morning, and actual classes in the afternoon. As two of the oldest students, it will be up to us to help teach the younger kids.
Ugh, I'd completely forgotten about that. Maybe I should leave that up to you. I'll join the younger kids and you can teach all of us together.
I can certainly imagine that. Are you sure you'll be able to keep up? I'm a pretty demanding teacher.
On second thought, maybe I'll skip class today.
It's too late for that now.
Celeste locked her arm around mine, pushing her body against me as though I were still dreaming. Celeste! I tried to pull away, but Celeste just moved along with me, entwining her fingers with mine.
You aren't getting away that easily.
Dude, like, come on. How is he afraid of confessing? What the hell?
Until we reach the dojo, you're all mine.
True to her word, Celeste refused to let go of my arm until it came time to part ways. Once we reached the dojo in which I trained, she reluctantly let go and waved goodbye. Celeste really doesn't know how to hold back, does she? Between those dreams I've been having and her defenseless nature, one of these days I really might do something unforgivable to her. Dude, just confess. Shaking off those pessimistic thoughts, I entered the dojo, at which point I was confronted by my classmates and teacher.
Max, you're late again. How many times has it been now? We can't keep having you hold us back.
I looked at the clock at the far end of the hall. Sir, class doesn't start for another 5 minutes. Besides, the rest of the class isn't here yet, I really don't think.
That's right, you don't think. Shut up and sit down. I don't hear another word out of you.
He's annoying. He's the type of person, oh, you start at this hour, so you have to be around half an hour earlier. That's so stupid. That's not how it works. As instructed, I sat down next to my classmates, who immediately shuffled away. I sighed silently and resigned myself to the fact that I was going to be punished, whether I deserved it or not.
Phew, just in time.
Tell me about it. We probably should have had seconds for breakfast.
A few minutes after I arrived, the last two students entered. Surely enough, our teacher didn't say a word, let alone yell at them. He simply grabbed his wooden sword and leather armor, ready for another day of training. After 30 minutes of swing practice and an hour of running laps, our teacher gave us a break at last. While the others happily joked and chattered near the front of the dojo, I hung around the side, gulping down water gathered from a nearby well. Phew! Swinging practice no big deal, but running really isn't my specialty. Oh, I guess that would be the other way around for me. I've never swung like a sword, so I wouldn't know. Maybe I'm mistaken. Like our teacher keeps telling me, I desperately need to improve my speed, not to mention my footwork. Despite his loathing of me, our teacher did do his job. He would instruct me as he would any other student, show me when I was doing anything wrong, and answer any questions I might have. In a way, he was one of the few people in the village whom I could claim to get along with, even if he didn't feel the same way.
Oh yeah, you guys are athletes, I guess you missed it. Max got through it again, even though he was on time. Ho 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 ho, good thing we didn't arrive on a sooner, otherwise I might have been lumped together with him. Well, it wouldn't happen, and even if it did, we just need to blame Max and we'd get off without punishment. True enough, it's great to have a reusable scapegoat, isn't it?
Although I wasn't part of the group, due to my proximity I was able to overhear what some of my classmates were talking about. Unfortunately, as I could have guessed, the subject of the discussion was, once again, yours truly. Tch! Don't those browns have anything better to do? I'm beginning to think that the entire basis of their friendship is their hatred of me. Why do I hate you so much? Every day without exception I was subjected to bullying and ridicule, and not only by the hands of my classmates. Name-calling, theft, malicious rumors, anything that didn't involve actual fist-fighting was always on the table, and each villager had their own forte. But why? Whether they were my classmates, neighbors, teacher, random people of the street, I was the target of their frustration. What the fuck? Thankfully, the only time things ever got terribly physical was during sparring, and in that situation my aggressors had rules to abide by. But this brought me little solace when I spent the rest of my life on guard.
It's a time like this that I wonder if I even want to be a hero. Why do you want to be a hero?
As I sighed to myself, a lone figure approached me. I raised my head, and before my eyes was Celeste, the one person in the village who ever showed me a modicum of kindness. So, what are you doing here? Shouldn't you be studying? Celeste rolled her eyes.
Please, I finished our assigned work for the day within the first 30 minutes.
Wow.
Anyway, don't try to change the subject. I'm seriously asking you. Why do you want to protect a village full of people who hate you?
Yeah, I don't get it as well, to be honest. My head sank once more as Celeste repeated her question. This wasn't the first time Celeste had asked me that. In fact, I often asked myself that very same question. No matter how long I thought it over, however, I could only reach a single conclusion. If I showed them the same hatred they show me, I would be no better than they are. I don't want to stoop to their level. Celeste sighed loudly upon hearing that familiar answer.
That's still the best excuse you can come up with. Give the saint act a rest, Max. It's just me you're talking to. You don't need to take the high road. If you don't start to fight back, one of those days, early I'm going to burn this village to ashes, whether you prove it or not.
Nice. I didn't need to look at Celeste to know what kind of fierce expression she was making. Despite being a kind, gentle girl, Celeste is the type to quickly lose her temper in place of others. In other words, while she doesn't get mad for her own sake, Celeste is quick to defend me, and while doing so she unknowingly shows off how scary she can be. Well, just make sure you warn me first. I don't want to wake up to find the house on fire.
Of course, you know I wouldn't take action without telling you. But when I do...
I quickly grabbed Celeste's hand before she could summon forth any flames. I know. This whole village will go down in flames. Celeste smiled and nodded, as for the topic at hand was completely normal and harmless. Man, I don't know which Celeste is more scary, the one from my dreams or the real deal.
It's the same person.
Celeste is a prodigy when it comes to black magic. If she wanted to, she could easily torch the entire village and nobody could stop her.
Let's go! What are we waiting for?
But the fact she hasn't. The fact is she hasn't. And if she one day does just that, I know it will be for my sake, regardless of my will.
Max? As much as I enjoy our skinship, shouldn't you be heading back to class?
I looked down at my hand, went towards the dojo's entrance. Absorbed by thoughts of what might happen, I realized that I was still holding on to Celeste's hand, or that my classmates had already gone back inside. Oh, I'm sorry! Quickly let go of Celeste and retracted my hand. Celeste giggled at my predictable response.
Why do you apologize for that? If anything, you should apologize for not being that assertive more often.
Let's go! Realizing that my break was over, Celeste took a few steps backwards as she prepared to leave. Still smiling from ear to ear, she raised the hand I had just been holding and waved goodbye.
Don't forget, we still have joint lessons to look forward to. See you soon.
I waved back, and before I knew it, Celeste was gone. It feels like all I ever do when Celeste is around is get flustered. Perhaps I really do need to become more assertive.
Not perhaps, definitely.
I looked at my hand, which had been clasping Celeste months ago. Though quickly fading, I could still feel her warmth on my skin, and the fleeting feeling only made me want more. Oh, Celeste. I may not have lied to you earlier, but I still haven't told you the full truth either. If I one day become a hero, it won't be for prestige or respect or adoration, or even because it's the right thing to do. It will all be for you. Huh?
Well, would you look at who finally decided to show up? It wasn't enough for you to be late to arrive. You're even late to return from your break. If you're here to slack off, you might as well just go home.
The second I returned to the dojo, my good mood was immediately spoiled. Although I had not been the last to arrive, and I returned months after my classmates, our teacher singled me out nonetheless. I apologize.
Grab your ear and keep quiet. You can apologize by giving this your all.
Brushing off my apology, our teacher gestured towards the training gear at the side of the dojo. It was then that I noticed my classmates were all either wearing leather armor or sitting beside theirs. Time for sparring, huh? Oh joy! I did as I was told and grabbed a leather breastplate, arm guards, and a wooden sword. On my way back to the group, I noticed several of my classmates smirking at me, and I knew that today was fated to be a disaster.
Alright, now that everyone is here, it's time to pair up. We'll start with some light, no contact sparring, then move on to full contact exhibition matches. Put on your armor and let's get started.
At our teacher's command, my classmates and I began to pair up. Most of the students sought out either their friends or people close to their own skill level. As always, however...
Hey, Max!
Max, my friend, how are you? There were those who want to pick on someone beneath them. Why won't you just kick their asses? Leave me alone. If you do need partners, badly pair up with one another.
Oh, don't be like that.
Yeah, come on, Max. You can't spar by yourself, right? If sparring was all we were going to do, there would be no problem. But I'm not naive enough to believe that to be the case.
Max, choose a partner and get moving.
Once again spurred on by my teacher, I sighed in resignation, paired up with the one of the boys who approached me. I knew what awaited me. I knew that I would be beaten soundly even before the exhibition matches began. However, as it was part of my training, I also knew that I had no choice. Dude, just beat the crap out of the other guy. 30 minutes into our no-contact sparring, during which I was repeatedly struck by not only my partner but also other students, it was time for the exhibition matches. For me personally, there wasn't much difference between the two since I would be battered either way. As far as everyone else was concerned, however, exhibition matches were a chance to test their strength against one another. For real! Full contact, no timeouts, two competitors fight until the time runs out, or one of them is knocked out. Sounds interesting, to be honest. Most of my classmates look forward to this part of the lesson. We don't have exhibition matches very often, so it's a good chance to test out their skills.
Let's see. Went by alphabetical order last time, so today we'll go in reverse.
It doesn't really change anything.
Alright, yes, man. Sir! Choose your opponent.
Aura looked around the room, feigning difficulty in choosing an opponent. We then looked my way. Opening his eyes wide as though he had only just realized I was present.
I challenge Max!
Wow, I didn't see that coming. Oh, so original. Although exhibition matches are meant to be a test of strength and skill, not everybody sees it that way. As with sparring, there are some in this class who seek to abuse the opportunity to vent or hurt one another. And by one another I of course mean me.
Max, prepare to...
Yeah, heard him. I rolled my eyes and stood up. I then slipped on my leather armor and picked up my wooden sword, all the while heading center stage to face off against my opponent. Aura grinned as we met in the center of the dojo. The other students had formed a loose circle around us, thereby restricting the amount of space available to us and making it impossible to run. Like usual, the violent thugs were pinning for some bloodshed. Am I the only reasonable person in this room? We came here is to show off what we've learned, not to make a punching bag out of me.
Are you both ready?
Or and I nodded, then assumed fighting stances. My opponent raised his wooden sword perpendicular to his body, level with his shoulder, while I simply steadied my blade by my side, as for unsheathing a real sword.
Alright, begin!
Did we win? Or not? We'll maybe find out in the next episode. Let's end it here. Yeah, I actually need to end it here. And we'll really continue tomorrow. Massacre. We'll find out why it's exactly Massacre, maybe. I wonder. And hopefully he will actually confess his damn feelings. She's giving him signs so much. Also, I'm really pretty sure, the moment they said she's into dark magic, I'm pretty sure she's invading his dreams. What do you guys think? Did she invade it? Or invade it? Or he just actually has dreams like that? It's definitely an invasion, right? Anywho. Enjoyed the video? Like it. Subscribe if you haven't already. It's free. It's free. And that's about it. Anyway, hope you have a wonderful day, and hopefully I'll see you in the second part of Max Massacre as well. Bye bye.